Holy you guys. Odyssey 1.6. It is confirmed we are getting a new RimWorld DLC expansion pack. It's called Odyssey, and what do you know? A bunch of the things that we predicted in the teaser analysis video are becoming true. Build a flying base, explore exotic biomes, tame unique animals, and launch into orbit. Wow. Alright. Hey everyone, it's time. We're thrilled to announce RimWorld's 5th expansion, RimWorld Odyssey. Odyssey enriches the world and expands your adventure beyond a single map. Build a graph ship, you're flying home. Flying home! To travel across the planet. Settle in new biomes filled with diverse landforms, exotic wildlife. Go on quests, hunt Alpha Thrumbo. Ooh, Alpha Thrumbo. Raid ancient cryptosleep bunkers, launch into orbit, and scavenge tech from space stations and asteroids. But out in the void, an ancient machine mind stirs. Guys, this is exactly what I've been dreaming of for RimWorld. This is amazing. Free 1.6 update for the base game will also launch at the same time as Odyssey. Includes big performance improvements, quality of life changes, better tools for designing bases, caravan improvements, greater variety in maps, flying chickens, and more. This is incredible. Flying chickens. Obviously, if you like to test the update, you can go to the unstable branch on Steam, yada yada yada. You guys know how to do that. If not, leave a comment. We can go over that. And Odyssey releases in 1 month. Build your own graph ship and travel across the planet. Land anywhere you want to explore, hunt for treasure, scavenge forgotten graph tech, and bring back souvenirs like a charming hermit crab or gold-plated charge rifle. It starts small, just a grav engine, a few rooms, some thrusters, and a tank of chem fuel to get you airborne. But over time it becomes a home. A mobile colony of bedrooms, labs, hospitals, workshops, and everything else your colonists need. This is crazy if you think about it, considering how one of the early prototype game versions that Tynan Sylvester created before he made RimWorld was a spaceship simulator sort of colony management game. Funny that we've kind of come full circle back to that point. He was able to build RimWorld, thankfully, incredible game, and now we're going to be able to build spaceships. This is so exciting. Okay, a bunch of spacesuits. Spacesuits confirmed. Armory with weapons. Hospital. It's like all standard stuff. Chem fuel generator. Oh, this is a wood generator, and this is the chem fuel generator maybe. This looks like a new building. Maybe some sort of engine control unit. And here are the thrusters, I'm guessing. These are the chem fuel storage tanks. Batteries, more chem fuel. All of this central section is new. I'm guessing this is some kind of central processing core, navigation computer. Oh shit, pandas. Did we have pandas before? I don't remember. And it looks like there's an otter there too. Moose, bear. That's pretty standard stuff. It's like this is the freezer room, kitchen, little bedrooms. It's interesting to see that these bedrooms are kind of tiny. And we know that colonists prefer bigger bedrooms. I wonder if that has been reworked. Looks like some sort of mess hall over here. Piloting desk console area. This is exciting, man. It's making me think of Star Trek. Looks like a research lab, maybe. Is that a skunk? Interesting. Storage room, comms console, and more spacesuits. Oh, looks like there's a space platform. Wow, I love actually seeing the planet in the background. You can see the little tiny hexes. I love that. That's amazing. And holy shit, I just realized diagonal walls. We used to have to use mods for that, and now it looks like it's part of the game. I'm so excited. Expand your ship, go further. You'll need to collect grav cores. You can recover these glitter tech devices from insect-infested caverns, ancient reactors, crash-landed space wrecks, and orbital platforms. Odyssey is about exploration and adventure. It's exactly what we were thinking too. Embark on a 100-day journey around the world. Collect one of every animal to build your own zoo. That's kind of cool, actually. Or hunker down inside an asteroid and live as long as you can in space. You can play Odyssey any way you like. Classic RimWorld. Are we finally getting heavy bridges? Another mod we don't have to install. That'd be great. What do we have here? A little atoll map, coastal map. Is that new too? I thought that was part of base RimWorld, but maybe that's a new terrain gen. A tiny little spaceship, Firefly style. And we got just a simple colony on the water. Oh, yeah, I love that. Now that chem fuel is so much more important, boomalope farming is going to be huge. Is this a new building? Kind of still. Maybe fuel production and refinement is given more of a focus in this patch. New biomes and landmarks. Glow forest, bioluminescent mushrooms, and psychedelic spores. Glow in the permanent darkness. Geothermal vents belch sulfur that blocks out the sun, and normal plants can't grow here. You'll need to survive on fungi alone. This is exactly what we were thinking of in this screenshot from the teaser. In the glass vials, the dude had tiny purple mushrooms, and looks like here they are, right there. Tiny purple mushrooms. This is gorgeous, by the way. Look at this. And holy that's a new bird. Stork. That's a new bird. Whatever the hell that is. Peacock. Mickey Jr. Birds confirmed. Is that an ostrich? I'm so excited. This is gorgeous too. Look at this. I can't wait to play this. 30 days. That's interesting. Looks like a riff. Oh, and flamingo. Bubs. cassowary. I think we had that before. What is that? Looks like a crocodile monitor lizard. Okay, I wonder if these purple mushrooms, droopy amanita looking mushrooms, these blue ones, whatever this is. Oh, this looks like a chem fuel mushroom. Oh, it totally, this is a boom mushroom. Look at that. Boom shroom. Boom shroom and glow shroom. That looks beautiful. Where's the tripping balls shroom? That'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we get new drugs too. Cute little raccoon, trash panda. Can't live without those. Hopefully we can tame them and train them. The Scarlands are the war-torn remains of once thriving cities. Craters rupture the roads, vents release heat and gas, toxic rain pours constantly. Mechanoids stalk the ruins, and the only surviving animals are dangerous mutants. Yo, that's a straight up Fallout scenario. That's incredible. That is so exciting. Grasslands are a ranching cowpoke's dream, endless fields of golden fertile land. While trees are rare here, the growing seasons are long and bountiful, and strong winds guarantee power for your turbines. However, drought can strike at any time, and many farms have been lost to the raging bushfires. This will go well and work well with the rancher ideology. Glacial plains feel prehistoric. Blizzards smother the land, herds of mastodons roam, and scimitar cats prowl the frozen expanse. Mastodons carve shelters into walls of ice and seek refuge among the buried frozen ruins and live as the old ones did. That sounds pretty cool. Lava fields constantly change. Rivers of molten rock flow across the land in sudden bursts, swallowing up animals, buildings, and colonists alike. Holy sh! Volcanic debris crashes down from the sky, and thick ash makes it hard to breathe. Stay safe by building barriers to divert incoming lava, and wear face masks to protect your lungs. Okay, there's a lot to dig in here. 1. Barriers to divert incoming lava. Are we getting realistic liquid simulation now? Does that mean we can also divert water? That'll be interesting to see. And face masks to protect your lungs. That makes sense, especially since we're gonna have the vacuum spacesuits, so that fits together. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Look at this. Yeah, so these are the little diverter blocks to protect the ship when you land there. More birds. Meteor coming down. What is that? Hold on. That is some sort of slug, and there's that monitor lizard again. Salamander, that's what those are. Yeah, look at this little lava slug, fire slug. It'll be so much fun to do a zoo challenge, collect one of every animal, fly around the world, fly around space. Landmark system. Combine these biomes to create endless landscape variation. Landmarks have different features that can affect everything from map generation to plant variety to rare resources like obsidian. Some features even add explorable underground maps like the insect mega hive. Ooh. Underground maps? Did I not call that? I called that. Carve sprawling tunnels into cliffs, chasms, crevasses, and valleys. For natural defenses, undergrounders rejoice. Are we actually going to have underground levels, or is this just separate? Settle near the ocean and build quaint fishing towns and islands, archipelagos, atolls, peninsulas, and fjords. Okay, this is new. Or construct a whole town on the water using Odyssey's new heavy bridges. Yes! We are getting heavy bridges! Another mod down the drain. Take over abandoned colonies and repurpose them for your own base. Repair the walls, use the furniture, harvest the gardens, and give someone's old home second life. Yep. This is kind of replacing the... Oh yeah, look. Raid ancient structures for resources like chem fuel, weapons, packaged meals, components, minerals, and more. Yeah, there's a mod out there that kind of does this. I think it's called Real Ruins is one of them, where it uses other players and your old bases and games to sprinkle them around the world and create more realistic looking ruins. So it'll be interesting to see how similar that is. Another mod gone. Excellent. Break past the atmosphere and fly into orbit with your graph ship. In space, you land on wrecked orbital platforms, explore derelict satellites, and mine ore-rich asteroids. But look out, rival space scavengers don't take kindly to competition. Looks like we're getting a new source of components, hopefully. Mechanoid wrecks promise the most advanced graph tech and unique treasures, but murderous machines lurk among the frozen debris. This is interesting. Murderous machines and ancient machine mind stirs. Looks like we're gonna get a new big baddie that's somehow different from the current mechanoids. Oh, I bet it's an AI thing. Evil AI. I'm calling it right now. Space is harsh, no oxygen, sub-zero temperatures, and a single hull breach can be lethal. Build airlocks with vac barriers to prevent depressurization and equip spacefaring colonists with vac suits before they exit into the void. Looks like spaceship with a tiger and another space platform, space station. A little battle going on between a mech and the colonists. Scythe mech. Ooh, look at these cannons. Are these new? That looks pretty cool. That looks really cool. Space battles confirmed. Amazing. Oh yeah. This is a big ship. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's a little gorilla. Holy shit.
Harambe.
We have an airlock with traps. Makes sense. So that when colonists enter or breach you, you don't automatically depressurize. This is a much bigger, better ship design. Look, it even got prisoner barracks. Makes sense. Hospital room. Storing fuel in the wings, just like real airplanes do. This looks like a giant raid on a space station. Yeah, look at that. And the planet in the background, I love that. I love that so much. Green glowing ore uranium. It's like fire foam popper, some sort of crate, little farm area, loot boxes. It's like they're having a bad day. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. This one's not dead. Yeah, this one got behind enemy lines. Cute, terrifying, and intelligent wildlife. Odyssey adds 40 new animals. Amazing. Can be tamed, trained, traded, and eaten. You might start your game in the grasslands with a single crow. Crows confirmed, not ravens, that steal your crops, but as your story progresses, your graph ship could end up as an aviary filled with swans, peacocks, flamingos, and quail. And we saw pictures of those just earlier. That's so cool. Animals can be taught new skills that make them cute and useful. For example, cats and dogs can now nuzzle colonists more often to lift their mood. Incredible. Predators, wolves, and big cats will hunt down specific targets for you. Oh, this reminds me of Dune Messiah. Other pets may dig up minerals or bring back foraged snack. Even animals that can't normally be trained, like the humble walrus, can now be upgraded using a sentience catalyst, an ultra-tech injection that enables the animal to learn new tasks. This is exactly what I wanted. I can finally have my army of raccoons and monkeys. I can't wait to play this. So now Wally the walrus can fight your enemies. Some species can do more than just bite and scratch. Mastodon's deafening trumpet rattles enemies and throws off their aim, while the legendary Alpha Thrumbo's roar is said to send attackers fleeing before the first shot is fired. This is amazing. I wonder if you can tame Alpha Thrumbos. Now that'd be quite a defense system. Imagine either taming or trapping an Alpha Thrumbo around your base, and then also trapping a Centurion mech around your base. So you have this advanced warning siren system that scares people away, and a shield. That would be pretty fun. Infinite shields, infinite debuffs. We're gonna have to play around with that. You can also fish. Different fish appear in different biomes and bodies of water. Colonists can reel in meals like tuna and salmon, as well as other strange catches. I didn't even think about that, but I'm so happy we're getting fish now. Look at that. Fish, penguins, mastodons. This is the funniest looking mastodon I've ever seen. Look at this derpy dude. Oh my god, he looks like an old torn up teddy bear. That's a pretty plant. There's the Alpha Thrumbo. Beaver, maybe? Or maybe it's a Wolverine. It's probably a Wolverine. Whoa, nice. Minigun. That's pretty ominous. I like the look of that though. Quests across the planet and beyond. You'll discover new quests through ancient maps, passing travelers, and mysterious signals. Track down the mythical Alpha Thrumbo by following its herd across the wilderness. If you can bring it down, its priceless razor-sharp horn is yours. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess another way is defeating him and then just harvesting his horn. Colonists can just use it to blow the horn whenever they want to. There has to be some sort of cooldown for that. Abandoned orbital platforms and derelict satellites drift through low orbit. They promise stockpiles of loot, but you're competing with hostile salvage crews. Sometimes orbital fugitives hole up in the wreckage. There are also defensive turrets, traps, and leftover mechanoids. This is interesting that they point out low orbit, which seems to suggest there's probably high orbit. You're gonna find different loot, different objects, different entities in these different places. So I guess there's like a little bit of progression where you make a little ship, go to low orbit, loot that, get richer, build a better ship, go to high orbit, and do some asteroid mining, where it offers rich veins of plasteel, uranium, and gold, but they're vulnerable to pirates and debris from space. Get in and get out fast. Debris from space, interesting. I wonder if we can build shields to protect against that. No mention of components though. Let's look at this picture. What do we have here? Boomalope. Ooh, old truck. Barrels. This is like a wasteland looking Fallout city map that they were talking about. Giant turrets. There's a little spaceship you land on. Old ruins. Or what looks like they're walking around exploring. I wonder if we're gonna have like ghouls. I guess, don't we already have ghouls from Anomaly? Or they're gonna be like different mutant ghouls? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. There's a lot of fun stuff around here. Oh, insect hive. New weapons, traps, and enemies. Ooh, new traps. That should be fun. New unique weapon system that lets you arm your colonists with special weapons they find. A sawed-off shotgun clears the room in a second. An AI-assisted rifle scope makes the worst shooter accurate. That's pretty cool. And a fully golden revolver just looks cool. New gear helps with new threats. Hunter drones chase their targets and explode on contact. That's pretty cool. Wasp drones jab their prey with paralyzing needles. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Ancient sentries patrol ruins with a scattergun to blast apart intruders. The Cyclops mechanoid barrages enemies with shield-piercing gamma beams. Oh. And deep below, the insect hive queen stirs among her chittering spawn. Oh, that looks nasty. Look at that. Look at that. Lady Cordelia II. Wow. I did not know you can have pet colonist queen insects. The machine hive mind. Far above the planet, the mech hive pulses with hate. Its mechanoids reproduce endlessly, and they will never stop attacking until every human on the planet is dead. When you reach the inhuman mind behind this terror, face a choice. Will you destroy it and shut down every mechanoid for good, or take control of its power? That would be fun. Odyssey comes with a brand new album of music by Alistair Lindsay. No way! Composed of the RimWorld soundtrack. If you like to support Al, the OST will also be available for purchase the same day Odyssey releases. That's pretty cool. I love RimWorld music. Alistair Lindsay does such a good job with all of his projects. Now let's see what's in the general free update for everyone. So this update is now available on Steam, the unstable branch for public beta testing. We all know how to get access, it's right there. Public 1.6 unstable branch should allow modders to update their mods for 1.6. We have the modder primer document, neat, we're gonna check that out. And the full 1.6 change log, we're definitely gonna look at that. Performance improvements. A major part of update 1.6 is performance optimizations, especially for late game colonies that often struggle with performance. We reworked many systems to spread out their workload. The pathfinding system is now fully multi-threaded, no way, and batched, and the lighting system is also multi-threaded to make it much faster. That's amazing. There were lots of optimizations made to caravan forging calculations. Egg laying ponds, wow, now that was a big problem for RimWorld for a very long time for some reason. And there's another mod gone. Alerts, hauling, animal pen calculations, as well as access to several major memory leaks. Amazing, great to hear. We significantly reduced game launch times in version 1.6. For example, on our development machines, version 1.5 previously launched 10.57 seconds. With all expansions, now version 1.6 launches in 4.66. Wow, that's almost a 5x improvement. Note that your startup times and performance improvements may differ from our test due to bottlenecks unique to your PC or mod. Better planning. Plans are more versatile than ever. Sketch out your base using 9 colors to differentiate your plans. Use blue for living, orange for production, red for furniture, and so on. Plans are a lot easier to use. You can copy and paste plans, rotate them, and give them names to remember what they're for. Honestly, I don't know why this didn't exist earlier, but it's always great to see this come to the base game. Looks like another mod removed. Designator draw style. Designator tools like placing walls and floors and giving orders now have different drawing styles. This changes their pattern when you click and drag them. Previously, there were only rectangles and straight lines. Now you can choose from shapes like angled lines, there it is, angled lines, filled or empty ovals. Great news for builders who want to add more shape and variety to their base. No more googling pixel circle. Squares are also easy to make, just hold control while drawing with a designator. What do we have? Oh, look at that. You can designate an improvement over an older version, and maybe they can replace place. That would be amazing. That would be another mod gone. Yeah, this is just showing all the different designator plan colors as well as shapes. With caravan camps and quality of life changes. Pitch temporary camps while traveling as a caravan. This creates a playable map for your colonists to eat, stabilize, and regroup when someone's bleeding out, starving, or sick. Don't get comfy. After a few days, enemies will close in. Camps can also be formed when a caravan would be considered lost, like everyone becoming incapacitated, giving you one last shot at survival. That's a really good change. Like, honestly, it felt like this part of the game was always a little finicky, kind of unfinished. It's nice to see this polish coming back. The caravan tab makes it a lot easier to load or unload items, and in an emergency, you can order your caravan to depart immediately. Colonists will get out of there ASAP, leaving behind unpacked items, animals, and even downed friends. Easier building upgrades. You can now place blueprints over certain buildings to swap materials or upgrade them. Amazing! This applies to walls, conduits, doors, sandbags, barriers, fences, chairs, and beds. For example, you can place a plasteel wall blueprint over an existing wooden wall. This means you don't have to manually deconstruct the wall, wait for it to finish, and then place the new wall blueprint down. I am so happy. Another mod removed. Search bar improvements. Yes! This is like such a big ask for me, especially in the late game, especially if you play with mods. Sometimes it's just impossible to find things in your inventory, and I ended up downloading a mod just for this functionality, even though it came with a bunch of other extra crap that I didn't need. The in-game search bar, bottom right corner magnifying glass, is better at finding things. It'll look at your colonist gear in any containers, and you can use it on the world map. We've also added a search bar to the save load menu to find that old favorite save game. Oh my god, flying animals! I am so excited for this. Look at this. Flying swans. I guess they just put a little drop shadow under them to indicate that it's a higher Z level. Okay, very interesting. We've reworked how map features behave to make the world feel more organic and varied. Rivers now curve more naturally, carve walkable banks. Large rivers even form canyons. I'm so happy for this. They also better match their angle on the world map and can generate with fertile riverbank terrain for farming. Thank you. We've made rocks more interesting. Coast and mountains come in more diverse shapes, and the world map now shows where features like caves are in the tile and inspect pane. That's cool. I'm definitely playing a cave map first. Easy. We've also added smaller environmental flair like cypress trees that grow in mud and marsh. Nice. And glow pods that always spawn by insect hives for nasty ambience. I like that. Flying animals. I am so happy, guys. I am so happy. Chickens, ducks, and geese can now fly. Flying makes faster, lets them soar over obstacles like fences, and means they can land or leave from just about anywhere. That's gonna be rough. Scaria rework. Scaria got scarier. Affected animals now look the part. Mangy, red, and covered in sores. You really don't want to get close because wounds from Scaria infected creatures cause Scaria infection. These behave like a normal infection but cause full-blown Scaria upon reaching 100%. Humans turn too. It's very interesting. I bet there will be a mod to turns into a zombie thing, but it will also be interesting if there will be interplay between this and Anomaly. Room changes. Colonists are happy with mediocre bedrooms. I called it! This is another great change. And they're less upset by awful ones. Medical beds contribute less toward a room becoming a hospital due to situations where barracks could become hospitals from a single bed. Some production buildings now get their best work done when they're in the right room, research benches and labs. This makes it more rewarding to build reasonable looking bases with purpose-specific rooms, instead of stuffing everything into one big hell chamber. I'm really glad they brought this up because I've seen so many YouTubers and Let's Players online who just cheese this mechanic so bad. Just make one giant room in the middle and stuff everything into it in like a one big hell chamber. So it'll be nice to see, hopefully, some changes there. Armor and weapon changes. We've rebalanced some combat gear to make things more useful and less clunky. Plate armor benefits from high-end materials. Advanced armors don't slow you down as much. Flak jackets and pants offer better sharp protection, while flak vests no longer cover the shoulders. Some ranged weapons are deadlier. Sniper rifles fire faster and hit more often. Good. I think that's a good change. Charge lances reach further. I wonder if this will affect on the mech side as well. Revolvers and miniguns are more accurate. Pila hit harder and faster. That's going to be dangerous with the tribal tribes. Charge rifles deal more damage and reach further. LMGs shoot faster with a small damage boost. Interesting. I didn't expect this change. UI improvements on the world map. You can rename builds and use the new make default button for policies, plus many minor but convenient UI improvements. That is very nice to hear, because honestly, most of my mods are just quality of life UI improvements. New art. Water is more beautiful. Yay! It reflects the sky and ripples when walked through. That's pretty cool. There are also new desiccated corpses for big birds and filth textures for sandbags. Quality of life. Tons of little quality of life changes. Quest joiners now show their best skill before you accept them, so it's not a total dice roll. I don't know why it took them so long. Colonists always prioritize burying people in sarcophagi over graves. This is something I've struggled with so much. I'm glad they brought this up, honestly. And they won't burn your medical supplies by default if you have a burn drugs bill. They'll also move items out of the way before building doors, plus steam geysers are easy to spot when placing a geothermal generator. Nice. Miscellaneous. We've got a bunch more small things that are covered in the full changelog. Among these changes are paintable bridges, ability to dress other people, that's going to be useful. And toggles on special trees to stop them from being accidentally cut down. I thought we already had this. Oh no, I think that was a mod I had. So, what's next? We've heard that you were asking for it, and it made sense. 10 plus years of RimWorld colonies on a single map. Odyssey opens up an entirely new playstyle. Super excited to see what you'll do with it. And all your wild, beautiful, and ridiculous graph ship. I am really excited for this update, you guys. I can't wait, personally. Now, this video might be getting a little too long, so I don't know if we're going to cover the modder primer or the actual changelog. Maybe I'll do this in another video. Let me know if you want to see that. Alright, thank you guys. See you in the next